Got her. You got Gryphon. Go. Ryan Pastor. Are you going to be the voice of truth or spout inanities? What can I do for you, sir? You know what? My bad. You're one of the few guys who have this number. What can I do for you?
Mr. Gryphon, years ago, you tried to break EFED down and bring it back to its original roots. No fans, no hullabaloo, no ashes. And now we get this new federation, Riot Pro Championship Wrestling, something that I know you're signed up for. I know I'm signed up for. I know you're signed up for. And I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you know that there is a huge tag team tournament occurring ever so soon. As in, whenever Austin decides to get off his ass and get it off the ground. And I can't help but think, what if natural selection reformed?
I've got no problems with it. They're going to ask why. Why natural selection teaming up again when it could be something new, something different?
Something new, something different. You remember what I did as chairman? I removed as many barriers as I could so that the new could rise, so that the cream could be tested, so that everything upon everything in our federation and our lives could change, so that we would have EFED for a new generation. And you want to know what happened? You had cream rise to the top like Sage, but you also had failure after failure after failure and after failure. And so help me God, when I get the idea of something new, something fresh, something hip, something different, natural selection has been that one thing that all of tag team and all of E-Federation aspire to be. Now I ask you, Mr. Gryphon, again, of sound and stable mind, is that not something that you want? Is that not something that you believe is owed to us? The ability to go in there and prove that we, beyond a shadow of a doubt, are the best in the world at what we do.
You know, this is oddly similar to that Super 8 tag team tournament. And I got to say, it left a bad taste in my mouth.
Me too.
Losing to the Can-Am Fight Club. We did what we do.
Yeah.
We brought the best out of Can-Am Fight Club. And what did they do? They lost to the Canadian Coalition. What did they do? They lost to Wild International or Incorporated or whoever the hell they were. And I just, I think we need to rectify that.
I agree.
I think that we've had many times and options as two guys who are the most consistent in EFED. We've tried again and again to bring some of the younger guys in. I've worked with J Lott. I worked with David Elliott a little bit. He threw it back in my face, wanted nothing to do with it. I worked with Robert, same thing. He thought he had it all figured out. And as a guy who's consistently one of the best, it makes me sick to see this over and over again. So the reason why I'm going to say yes, Ryan Pastor, is because I'm tired of seeing these other guys fail all the time. As a guy who's consistently great, I'm tired of seeing mediocrity. And somebody's got to show them what that means.
They're going to ask us, why not try to help the new generation to go our separate ways? And you're right. Because the new generation, at least in Riot Pro, is the same stuff we've been seeing over and 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 over again. I mean, out of all the teams you and I know, there is one that has that whole old grizzled mentor, new superstar duo. the thing that everybody aspires to be, the Roman Reignses and Paul Heymans of the world, and that is Sage and Chris Hardcore. And between you and me, Sage doesn't need it. Sage is a legend in his own mind, in his own right. And Chris, we know how good Chris is. You and I, we're just a little bit better. When it comes to guys like Montaro and Bentley, I mean, hear me out on this. Hear me out on this. Trevor Bentley, are we going to see a great new Trevor Bentley? Because I'm going to tell you, the greatest export Trevor Bentley ever did was coming to Shawn Michaels Texas Wrestling Academy and getting my ass out into E-Federation so I could kick his ass. Trevor Bentley is what? 2-15, 2-16. All Austin can do is try to bring that up to 3-24. And you know, you look at the same thing. You look at the coalition. Like, look at Hayden and Danny. I love them, but there's a reason we kicked their ass. And there's a reason that even in that Super 8, when you and I failed and they rose, they lost to a couple of clowns. There is a reason. You know, I worked really hard for guys like J-Law, for guys like David Elliott, guys who could move the needle if they were working the right way, if they were invested the right way. I tried to be that nice guy. And my friend, I can't be that guy anymore. And I want to kick their heads in because it's the only way.
I think we're on the same page with that. I think it's time. We've got to show them the way. Riot Pro needs something dynamic, something great that others have to climb up to. They've got to catch up. And if they don't, then it's just too bad for them. I've told the company line too often. I've been the good guy too often. It's time to just do what we do best, and that's beat everybody. Just be better.
I hate it when you're right. I hate it when you're right. For all the ignorance, for all the talk of building each other up and testing each other out, the best teacher I ever had was you. And it wasn't when we were teaming. No, it was when you called me mediocre and we went to battle and I fought with all my heart and all my soul. You gave me that. And you gave me that by wanting to kick my ass from here to Texas. And it is time. It is time that we take what is ours. It is time that we take the Darwinian roots of everything that is great about natural selection and we apply a stranglehold to E-Federation. My good man, I think you and I have had the best damn talk we've had in years.
I'd call it enlightening. I think we found our calling and it's time to move along.
Riot Pro Wrestling, heed our warning. Natural selection is back. And by the time you step into the ring with us, you will know what true pain and suffering is when we inflict it upon all of you, piece by little piece by little piece. And when you're down at the bottom of the mat and Ryan Pastor and Kiall Gryphon are where they are supposed to be, at the cream of the crop, at the tippity tap, you will only have just 2 words to say to us. You're welcome.
Welcome. We're doing this for you. Natural selection is here for you. And the beating you are going to receive is from us to you. You'll thank us someday. So you're welcome.